Good morning, good morning. Let's continue this stuff, eh? Some more Factorio. And I love this game. I'm having such a blast again. I thought it would feel more old than it does. Than it feels. Like it doesn't feel as old as I thought it would. There we go. Yeah. Look at all this copper. Gonna grab that and pick that up. Oh. Good thing I started to think before I acted. Made plenty of these. Alright. So. As I thought. Did not have enough iron. Alright, that's probably fine. Oh, gonna need bolts as well. Alright, inventory is super fucking full, isn't it? I could... Some trash in here. This and this. Oh, actually, we're gonna need trains and wagons as well. Not gonna need any pump jacks for a while. Alright, good enough. Oh, I should have started fixing more with cliff explosives. Now that I want to do that. Alright, so where do I go? Here or here? Or here? Probably all of the places. I mean, I'm guessing like this, and this. All of this is gonna go to these pickup stations. This will be down here. We might as well start at the most annoying place, right over here. Please don't hit my train. Oh, we're fine. Oh, that's fine, right? Yeah. Oh, perfect. It fits. Don't need to go all the way in though. This is enough. Oh. Right. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, there we go. Oh, I'm missing a bit. Oh, that's fine though. We can take it from the other side. I feel another sneeze coming on. Alright, I'll put it here. It's not the perfect lineup, but it's fine. Missed one. Good morning, Colgate on tap. How are you doing today? He shows up and he says, creativity is to never get famous. Very inspirational. Inspirational indeed. I was thinking about creativity. The other day. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was thinking about... Ooh, that's annoying. Ah, whatever. So, how was I thinking about creativity again? Alright, yes, I was thinking about first order logic. And the creativity with first order, and with propositional logic. And about the languages of the things. Move you out of the way a little bit. So let me think here. Do we want 2 lines? Do we want this to fill up with just the 1 line? Probably, yeah. Since we're gonna have so much copper coming in from these places, this we only need the 1. So what was I thinking about? Yeah, creativity and about how one is creative in that space. Different types of creativity. That led me into thinking about creativity. So where am I going with this? Yeah, creativity comparison between... oh wait, oh, just didn't fit. Perfect. It's fine. Colgate on tap says, nice. Yes, very nice to get inspired. And then he said, are you familiar with the syntax of first order logic? No, now. First order logic now. No, I'm not. I'm not really read up on it anymore. Been thinking about it, but I don't know. It's been other stuff on my mind. No syntax for me. But why I am better at one thing than the other. And that made me think about science and qualitative science and quantitative science. And that is like the big... Oh, we can bring the car like this. Interesting. that you're some people are probably good at different things about that. Some people are good at a creative thing by putting numbers together, like creatively, while others are more creative in the more in the more qualitative sense. Right? Someone can get creative within the field of statistics, for example, and have great ideas of how to make that work, and yeah, the other way around. And I'm more of the... Well, there's two different types of creativity. That is what I was thinking. It's just spitballing. I mean, not saying that is how the world works. I just felt that it was different. Let's see. Colgate Inotab says math is qualitative. Yes, both. That's what I'm saying, right? It's both qualitative and quantitative. You can do it both ways, right? Oh, and then Georgique 23. Hello, Humi, he says. Oh, hello, Georgique 23. I don't think I recognize your name, but nice to see you. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today? Like, there are both aspects to maths. Right? Georgique is doing dandy. Oh, that makes me glad, I think. Can your planet be visited? I don't think so. Can I change the settings somehow? I don't know if I want to. I kind of feel like I want to build it all myself. But if I did start it as a single player, can I then make it into a multiplayer? Georgic23 says yes, you can. If you want to. Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't... Actually, I've played a little bit of multiplayer, and so far I've enjoyed the game more playing it alone. You know, building everything myself. That sense of achievement. I don't know, is that what you get from this game? A sense of achievement? Suppose. It's like knowing where everything is, and I did it all myself, kind of that feeling. That actually makes me think that maybe I should play the multiplayer game again sometime in the future. But that's a very good idea. Georgique23 says, I'm here for the fractals. Wait. What fractals are that? Are we doing more math? Fractal math? Man, I haven't been fiddling around with fractals for a long time. But I enjoy fractals, I suppose. I'll get in on taps. Never enough math? Well, for me, it is. I mean, I set my foot down from time to time when I feel like, oh, that's enough math. Well, I set my foot down in regards to everything in that sense, I suppose. That, oh, that is enough of X. But I'm curious, Georgic, what fractals are that you were talking about? Oh, that's not where I wanted. Yeah, but I should really get into that first order syntax. Need an understanding of the language, right? To reach that, to be able to do that qualitative thinking, there has to be, like, you need to have grasp. Is that the word I'm looking for? You need to grasp the syntax, right? The language. You don't know the language, you can't do shit. Like, I love thinking in percentages. Now you couldn't do that without understanding what percentages are. Some people have, people have different aptitudes, right? Some people grasp it super fucking easy. Math and stuff like that, and others don't. Georgic23 says that language is overrated. I mean, I can see how one would make that judgment. How do you mean when you say language is overrated? In what sense? Who is overrating it? Actually, I remember being in a university lecture where we don't call them professors. Well, like not a professor like a studying, but a teacher, right? The lecturer were claiming that language was primary over thought. That the language created thought. And I'm like, that's not possible. And I said so. I mean, what the fuck are you saying? That's not possible. Thought has to be primary, right? Would you say like a dog is thinking? Or any being is thinking, like there is some cognitive process? That is thought, right? She was like, no. Language creates thoughts. Like, that just doesn't check out. I don't understand. What the fuck are you what are you saying? That is nonsense. Georgique says, I think everything is fractals. And I like the Factorio ones. Oh, right. Repeating pattern. Well, procedural generation. I mean, there are similarities with fractals, right? But it's not the same over and over and over again. I've been looking into procedural generation. I like that, but it's not quite the same thing. Also, I often have that response. When everything is something, then nothing is that thing. Right? If everything is fractals, then nothing is fractals, and the whole term becomes kind of pointless. Right? If you don't distinguish the word, the language, Right? If you don't say that, oh, this is a fractal, and this is not a fractal. If you're just saying everything is a fractal, then like the use of the word, it's not useful anymore, the word. Right? Do you understand what I mean, Georgic? Oh, hello again, Adventure95. Nice to see you again. He says language is useful in making information more accessible and sharing information. People have had their own concepts and understandings on things, but language helps us unify more collectively, understanding the concepts and experience we have and feel. Yeah, exactly. It's about communication, right? Communication has a great many uses. Yeah, it's super useful, but it sometimes can be, I suppose, overrated. I think it's super useful for a great many things. Georgic says, you are a fractal. How do you mean I am a fractal? I mean, Adventurer said, yeah, more accessible, and in sharing information. Right, yes. Georgic says, you are a fractal. And I would say, like, I like the idea of as above, so below. Right? In that sense, maybe we're a little bit fractal. Like every cell in my body has like a eating system and a breathing system. Like all these systems are echoed as above, so below, right? But that's not how a fractal is defined, is it? I don't think so. Colgate Tap says fractals are sets. Of course they are. Coleman 122 shows up again. Oh, hello Coleman. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Oh, man, it's soon time to get back to Deep Rock Galactic. I was thinking of taking a break of Factorio and going back, but then I decided against it. So I'm probably going back after this Factorio run is done. Adventure asks, what is the powerhouse of the cell? I don't fucking know. What is a powerhouse? I can look it up. Is it a rhetorical question? Powerhouse. Coleman says, nice heart you made there with the railroads. Thanks. It's super ugly. I was actually, when I did it, I was thinking like, oh, this looks just like a heart. And I was considering making it more pretty. It's not super pretty now. Well, maybe if we zoom out a lot, it looks... No, it's still not super pretty. I was actually considering making it more pretty and then just always doing the hearts. But then I got lazy and, oh man, it's functional and that's enough for me. Conan says the mitochondria. Oh, I heard that. Is that a meme? I think that is how it's spelled, probably. And Adventure95 says yes. Alright, so what do we... When we're talking about the powerhouse, is that like the heart? As above, so below? Is the heart our powerhouse? Of the human thing, like comparing us to fractals? Yeah, right. But the fractals are a set, and it has some axioms, right? And not everything fits within that set. So everything cannot be a fractal. Fractal. Fuck. I'm having difficulties pronouncing that word. Pronunciating. Oh, fuck. Something with my language is off today. I think I got into a mindset, oh, language is overrated, just screw it. Let's not talk properly. This is annoying. But it'll be fine when we fill it out with this one. It'll be fine. Do I want to drag the extra line right here? Yeah, and I can just pop it in. Preparation. Adventure says yes. Water, air, fire, earth. Fuck, I missed the context of that adventure. That's old magic. That's not how magic works today, is it? I don't know. Something like this probably works out just fine. Here we go. Georgic23 says you can use gibberish. Gibberish? I mean, by its definition, gibberish is not language though, right? It's just... Oh, you're talking about me. I'm talking gibberish. That makes sense, yeah. All right, Coleman says, oh, nice. I'm learning biology, cell biology right now. I don't know a lot about it. But Coleman says, no, the mitochondria is the thing in your cells that makes you not die by converting food and oxygen into energy. All right. So it's like my stomach, right? Would be, well, my stomach or my lungs. Both of them, right? My stomach converts food to energy and my lungs convert oxygen to energy. That's how it works, right? Adventure 95. Fucking fractals. How do they work? How do fractals work, though? Alright. Let's check it out. Shady URL. Fun site. We had fun with this yesterday. Alright, so. Fractals. Alright. In mathematics, a fractal is a subset of Euclidean space. Oh, interesting. We've been talking a lot about Euclidean space, right? That's two-dimensional, right? No, originally it was three-dimensional space of Euclidean geometry, but in modern mathematics there are Euclidean spaces of non-negative. It's three-dimensional. All right, it's the space that we... Yeah, nice. We even get a lovely picture that shows us. That is Euclidean space. That is the one we usually use in math. So a fractal is a subset of Euclidean space with a fractal dimension. Hausdorff dimension is a measure of roughness, or more specifically, fractal dimension, right? Where you repeat the same pattern again and again by in smaller. That like this, right? You repeat the same pattern over and over and over, just making it smaller and smaller, or bigger and bigger, depending on how you look at it, I suppose. That strictly exceeds its topological dimension. I have no idea what a topological dimension is. In mathematics, the Lebesgue covering dimension or topological dimension of a topological space is one of several different ways of designing. Different ways of defining the dimension of the space in a I'm guessing here, I'm just guessing, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm guessing it means that you cannot overlap, right? when you make the split, right? You repeat the pattern within that split. You're not exceeding that split, so that is the topological dimension. And then within, like, if you have like that thing, then within each where you like every repetition, I'm thinking, is part of is where you put it within the topological dimension, I guess. Coleman 122 said, I mean, they only deliver oxygen and food to the mitochondria. Wait. Oh, yeah. Coleman says that I'm guessing he means that the lungs and the stomachs only deliver oxygen and food to the mitochondria. Wait, isn't that the blood that does that? I mean, I'm saying if we're trying to compare... No cat. If we're trying to compare... what are they called? Like humans and cells, in that sense. Like a fractal, like a repeating pattern, right? Then that would be the mitochondria would be lungs and stomachs, right? Colgate Innotab says n-dimensional. Oh, yeah, right. Euclidean space is n-dimensional now. It's usually 3-dimensional, right? Usually look at it that way, but you can add... Space works the same no matter how many dimensions you add to it, I suppose. Oh, I lost a frame and I disconnected from the server for a second. Probably didn't miss anything important, hopefully. Coleman gave a question mark. Colgate Innotab says, we're getting to topology. That's cool, but I recommend getting familiar with first order syntax before proceeding further. All right, so we'll leave fractals behind for a while. This is above my pay grade. Right? I won't understand this. There's too many words that I don't understand. Too many things that that are above my pay grade, so to speak. But that is kind of what fractals are. Georgic23 says, or you can take some LSD. I've never tried LSD. I've tried shrooms, not LSD. That's a wavy repeating patterns, yeah. But that, I mean, that's your what's it called? That's hallucinations, right? It affects, like, the drugs affects you and make you see certain things. That doesn't say anything about the outside world, though, does it? It just says that, when you're on this chemical and you see the world as fractal, that doesn't say anything about the world itself, does it, Georgic? It says something about what happens to you. Adventure 95 says, you have a kitty. Yes. Well, he's too old to be considered a kitty, right? Kittens? Wait, is Kitty a young cat? Or is it just a kitty cat? How old is he? He's like 7 years old, I think. Need to check that out. Oh, hello, Node He says, hi, I'm new. Colgate Innotab says, usually 2-dimensional. What is usually 2-dimensionals? 2-dimensional. Euclidean space? All right. Usually when we paint stuff up. What's the cat's name? Asks Adventure 95. His name is Skywalker. Skywalker. And it's been unusually cuddly yesterday and today. Right? And I can't play this game with 2 hands. I mean, I can try, but it's not very easy. Oh, and when I reach my hand over there, it's like, oh, another hand to cuddle with, he says. Alright, can I craft train? I cannot. I need more iron plates. It's too bad I didn't bring this with me. Have I given this a good name? North 1 copper? Yeah. That's a pretty good name. So we can set the train wherever. Oh, there we go. He left. No donor says, you know the phrase divide and conquer. Yep, I've heard it many times. No donor says, I always thought it was like if you divide a group, it's easier to control them. No, it's easier to conquer them. However, I heard it used in the opposite way today. Like people split up and work on different tasks simultaneously get more done. Oh. I mean, I was sure that came from like the art of war or something like that. It's about conquering, right? It's not about controlling. One could say, like we talked about power the other day, right? If power is generated from like it's wielded, it's used, and power is created from the top down. If you divide a group, like, but the power is generated from the bottom up, as I was saying, then divide and conquer makes sense, right? Because you have like many groups, and if you divide them into smaller groups, those smaller groups will have less power and be easily conquered and taken over. So I wouldn't say it's about control necessarily. That's not how I would what's it called? That's not how I would look at it anyway. Let's see. But he heard it used in the opposite way today, like people who split up and work on different tasks simultaneously get more done. Like conquering the task? Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's one way to look at it, and that's interesting. But it goes way. I mean, that's not about control either, is it? Then it's just about efficiency, right? You get more efficient, and that makes sense to me, right? That that when you split up, like I remember being in university, we had like a group assignment. So I was like, immediately, me and my friend just said, all right, so I do this part, you do that part, you do that part, you do that part. And the rest of the group was, no, let's do it all together. So what happened? It ended up me and my friend doing the whole project, and they just sat around looking at us. Right? So yeah, I mean, if you divide the work, you get more done. I've never heard it used like divide and conquer used in that context. I suppose you could. That's confusing to me. Adventure 95 says, make sure to show him love. Oh, I do every day, every day. Every day he gets the love. Oh, this is unacceptable, isn't it? Oh, but I can... No, this is fine. Right, I can have the output be here. This can be the output, and then I have room to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Something like that. No. What am I thinking? That's not how it works. I need buffer outputs. So... And I would prefer to be on this side, I think. Yeah, it becomes easier. What I do is I move these over here. Look at that. Perfect. More space. All right. Colgate InnoTab says, usually geometry is studied in 2-dimensional because 1-dimensional is boring and people are bad with 3-dimensional. Yeah, I'm thinking 3 and higher is... It becomes more difficult the more dimensions you put in it. Therefore, we usually use 2-dimensional. Well, like the fractals, right? We'll look at them at 2-dimensional and find them pretty. But when we do them in 3 dimensions, it's difficult to recognize. Well, they become pretty then as well, I suppose. Nodeowner says, a kitten is a young cat. A kitten is a young cat and a kitty is any cat. Nice. One could say that conquering is controlling. I would disagree with that assessment. I would say that conquer is what you do, and then after you have conquered, then you have the control, right? That conquering is the means to reaching control, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's the way I would put it, rather than saying conquering is controlling, right? Then, yeah, conquering, it's very warlike, warlike metaphor, right? That's where it comes from. One country conquers another country, like that. So you don't have control when you are conquering. What you are doing is that you're seizing control. Would you agree with that, Node-Runner? Colgate InnoTab says, Art of War after To the Moon? Maybe. Maybe. And then Colgate InnoTab posts a shady link that says, Ninja Star Outlet, best Russian sites for bootleg everything. I mean, yeah. Well, not in Chinese. I don't know. Maybe. I'm more interested in Crime and Punishment. Wait. Yeah. I mean, this is a book. I'm guessing it's on here as well. Right? Art of War. Wait, where is it? Is it nothing? Wait. Am I blind? Why is it not the first one? That's weird. But it's gotta be in the public domain, right? That is a good idea. I was kinda looking forward to the idea of Final Fantasy 9 as well. Fuck, I'm so... I mean, yeah. Art of War, perhaps. What do you guys think? Would you enjoy reading Art of War? Georgic23 says, Pussycats rule the world? Do they, though? Big conglomerate companies rule the world. I would say. Nope. That's not supposed to do that. I can drop this off right here. I don't want it. Get rid of it. There we go. Colgate InnoTab says, although you count vector spaces as geometry, I guess Hilbert space is more common. Alright? Take your word for it. It's good to prepare when we go to conquer Poland or something with the Twitch chat. Yeah, I mean, poor fucking Poland. Haven't they been conquered enough? But yeah, like, there has been a new... I heard this argument there that we're saying like the Third World War is already afoot, that it's happening. It's just happening online. Like culture wars or whatever, as well as a lot of hacking in between countries and like social manipulation and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if I would agree with the assessment. I just find it an interesting viewpoint. And I would hope that that is the case, that is the future of wars. That would make me super fucking happy. Think about how few people actually have to die in those types of wars. Right? That I would really like that. Colgate in Hotel says they have a bad location. They are always in the way. Oh man, does it then mean that it's a good fucking location if everybody wants it? Right? Location, location, location. No says, I think Poland has it coming to them. How dare they border so many nation states? Oh man. How dare they just be in that location? Oh man. Oh man. Georgic23 says we were fighting from Cain and Abel. Oh man. You won't find a lot of religious people in this chat, I'm afraid. I wish we could somehow, the religious people who show up, somehow get them to stay and speak with us. Like, I like disagreements, right? Problem with disagreements is that usually when you have super fucking different worldviews, it usually becomes frustrating to people to talk to each other, right? So I don't know how to like criticize. Well, yeah, criticize, is that the word I'm looking for? No, when I have an issue with someone else's worldview and point those issues out without it becoming confrontational, I suppose. Yeah, Cain and Abel is just a story, man. So, since when has human fought human? Monkeys fight monkeys, right? Like, there is this saying that where the words... Actually, and that is where words are underestimated. Not overestimated. They are underestimated because when the words don't work as conflict resolutions, that is where the fists shows up, right? So as long as there has been conflicts, there has been and not sufficient words to deal with those conflicts, there has been fighting, right? That's gotta be how it is. I want you right over there. Nope, fuck. That's not what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. This is what I was doing. I assume that is the case. That it has been since way before monkey times. Do all primates do that? I mean, goats fight among each other. I think also if you go far enough back, usually why people were fighting is... I'm guessing here. This is just a guess. I have no sources on this. But my guess is that it has been a lot of fighting has been about disagreements between two dudes regarding who gets to put their wiener into the girl. That is a disagreement that they did not solve with words. Oh man. Maybe not. Maybe that's a simplistic view of the world. I don't know. Colgatinotab says, Is it good though if everybody wants to conquer you? Just get to a place where they... Wait. Is it good though if everybody wants to conquer you, Poland, just to get to the place that they actually want to conquer? Well, don't you think that Poland is what they actually wanted to conquer? Well, when was it the last time? It was the Germans, right? Was that the last time Poland got conquered? And Germany wanted to conquer everybody. They wanted to conquer everything. They wanted to conquer the entire world. Usually conquerors do, right? That is what they want to do. This world is now mine. They just feel that that is the way of the world and how it should work. Do we go left? Do we go straight through? Do we go right? Kind of unhappy with how I've done this. Oops. Do that and we get some more space. Then I can go here with 2 lines, right? 2 lines of copper can go down here. Yeah, I think I like that. Actually, I think can we reach this far? Perfect. Just winging it and it works out. Here we can have some copper. And we can... Oh, winging it and hitting again. Perfect. Oh. I thought I picked up some transport belts. Maybe I used them all? Colgatino tab says Germans wanted to Russia. Yeah. I get that. The Germans wanted everywhere. Yeah. They wanted to Finland as well. And the Swedes were like, I didn't see nothing. I'm guessing the Finns were pretty pissed about that. At that time. I'm guessing. But also, the Germans had a bad time, didn't they? Alright, that's fine. Nodonor says, a while back I spoke about pipe wire. And I was switching to it from Pulse Audio. Oh, right. I forgot the name pipe wire, but I remember it's a replacement for Pulse Audio, right? Alright, I've been switched for a while, but today I actually got my Bluetooth headphones working. Nice! It is so nice to have my freedom of movement back. Oh man, I love freedom of movement. I was so happy of just taking off my headphones. I'm just going with speakers. I'm all for wires, he said, but not when it involves attaching things to my body. Agreed. Agreed indeed. How come you're using headphones, by the way, Node Runner, rather than speakers? Isn't it fine for speakers for you, I guess? So Pipewire is working fine then, I suppose. Especially now that you got the Bluetooth working. And if I remember, it was that you said that it's still like super beta phase, kinda not really ready for production, but... Whoa, oh, hello, cat. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not allowed up there, you know. Colgatin on tap says, Finland allied with Nazi Germany. So Nazi Germany showed their gratitude by burning Lapland. Oh, fuck. My history knowledge seems to be lacking. Node Runner says, I've always preferred headphones. You don't have glasses, do you, Node Runner? I think it's been beta for a long time and it's starting to move towards production ready now. Oh, perfect. So what are the benefits to Pipewire over over Pulse Audio? Yeah, Node Runner says, I do have glasses, in fact. I think we've talked about that before, about having like the small earbuds rather than headphones. Or actually, yeah, we were talking about, I think you recommended the headphones you had for working well with glasses. Or am I dreaming that? That seems like a thing people can just recommend all the time, every day, all the time. So I could just have dreamt that up and that would have worked just fine. Alright, so we add a station, which is the North 1 copper. We add a weight condition until we have full cargo, and then we add a station. Oh, I can't even get in here now. I need to fix that. Do I want to fix it properly, or... where central... Oh, need to change the name of these. No. Drop iron. Let's actually change that to drop copper. We can fix this later. But we want to central drop copper. There we go. We add a station, central drop copper, and we add to empty cargo. That... No, it's not done yet. Since we have no way in. Right? We need to be able to come from here and get in here. Somehow. I think. Node Runner says that did in fact happen. And he says Pipewire is more permanent than Pulse Audio and more secure than Jack, while being compatible with both. It's a perfect middle of the road audio solution for end users. Oh, nice. I don't even know what the difference between Jack and Pulse Audio is. Pulse Audio has been working fine since I set it up. I guess, I think. Oh, I was skimming through, like, I think I spent 2 hours just skimming through NixOS after we... Did we talk about that yesterday? we talked about general ideas of... Yeah, we talked about dynamic and static linking, right? And dependency hell, I think. I spent like 2 hours just reading Nick's documentation yesterday. I gotta say, make a strong argument for using that. It feels like the Nix packages, the repos, it feels like they are like the AUR, but like if AUR is like chaotic Wild West, kind of do whatever the fuck you want, the functional approach makes it so that, oh no, you are just using right? They're just making sure they force you to do your job in a way that makes sure it works for everybody. If that makes sense. Oh, no, says Jack is a more advanced audio system for audio professionals. It has very low latency, but also poor security. Alright, so they went extreme in that direction, while Pulse Audio is less advanced. But more advanced. Well, they all work with ALSA as well. It's kind of weird. I don't understand how audio works, I don't think. This here cannot be that. It's supposed to be a chain signal. And it's... Alright, it can be like this for now, but we need another turnaround. Can I just go from here into this? Right, that's probably fine. Right, if I just go from here... yeah. Like that. And we have a hacked together solution. Alright, so now we need to... This moves over here. Wait. No, that doesn't work. That's not at all what I wanted. I'm being confused. It's this line. I want to join from this line. Alright, so... Now I think I've fixed it. Just need to fix these, right? Yep. So we put... Yeah, that's fine. And that's fine. And over here we want a chain signal. And a regular signal here. It should be working. Right, you can come from here and you can go up here and go in here. Right? I think that works. Node owner says Pulse Audio is designed for normal users. It has higher latency but good security. There we go. It's often like that, isn't it? That The better your security, the more you have to, the more sacrifices you have to make, right? All right, so that is where Pipewire fits in then. It's like you want better audio, but it's not, you don't have to have all the professional stuff. All right. Most applications come bundled with Pulse Audio support, however very few applications support Jack, mostly professional audio tools. Oh, right. To route your Pulse Audio applications through Jack, you have to set up a bridge, and it's super annoying. Oh! So it's not only an in-between thing, you can also bridge the two together through Pipewire? Is that it? So you can use Jack. Alright. Which actually makes the name make a little bit of sense then, right? That it's... Actually, I want to go in here and see that it works. Well, let's try, see if it works. I really need to get the red circuits, advanced circuits up and running. Like all of these. I have the fast inserters, but I really need to move over to stack inserters for this. Node says, no, you can bridge Jack and Pulse Audio through each other without Pipewire. Yeah. That's what you said, right? You can do it, but it's super annoying. Didn't you say that Pipewire could interface with both of them, right? So you could use that, bridge it through that, or no, I'm just mistaken. That doesn't help you at all. Rather, what you do is that you just use Pipewire instead of doing that, I suppose. Pipewire, on the other hand, is designed for normal users. Has lower latency than Pulse Audio, nice, but better security than Jack. It also supports applications that are designed to use Jack, Pulse Audio, and ALSA. You don't have to do any stupid bridging, because it's designed to support it. So we have our audio stuff going on as it is right now, and it's super confusing and weird and just in general annoying. So it's like similar to what Wayland is trying to do, right? Like it's replacing that, it's trying to replace that weird system. All the spaghetti code, let's get rid of it. Kinda, if that makes sense. Look at this, it's filling up so damn slow. Too slow. We just had some stack inserters. Right, we want the bottleneck to be the input from these. That is what we want to be, the bottleneck. Because we can always increase that. We never want the bottleneck to be here. For our speed. I mean, I could put out more steel. I could put out racing. Could put out more steel chests and more inserters, right? But that's that's just gonna be annoying as well, since... Oh well, I guess the belts become the bottleneck in that situation. Yeah, but no. Alright. Do you work as intended? Like, I know it works because it would have stopped, right? It would have stopped, it would not have run if it didn't work. Oh. Found one mistake, though. Yeah, I know. Stop complaining. Man, they're complaining so much. Alright. Where do we have this drop off then? Get rid of all of that. And we can get rid of this as well. Ooh, inventory space. Node owner says it's a modern audio solution. Exactly. Like Wayland is trying to be a modern... what is that called? Display? Display solution? Graphical solution. Something like that. Oh, need more of these. Modernizing old spaghetti code is a good idea. All right. I think we have it. We have a temporary setup. Oh. Let's see. And also... Oh. Ah, close enough for rock and roll. Close enough for rock and roll. Jack 2 hasn't even had an update since 2019. Oof. And the original Jack hasn't had an update for over 4 years. Pulse Audio is still being updated, but the original release was in 2004. Also used the kernel audio support, which Pipewire uses. Yeah. I mean, all of them use ALSA, right? Yeah. They're just an interface to the kernel, I suppose. Yeah. ALSA is the Linux thing, right? Colgate InnoTap says, in Finnish we use the same word for spaghetti code and chewing gum. Oh, I don't even know the Swedish word for spaghetti code, if there is a word for it. Spaghetti code and chewing gum. Stringy. Nodon says, it's possible to never use jack or pulse audio or popwire and only use ALSA. Yeah, I'm doing that on my other system. Like, that checks out with what I enjoy doing, right? I enjoyed playing around like that. Ooh, actually. That was an alright guess, I guess. And we do the same thing over here. Not having to use software. I don't know if that's regular minimalism or just some shit I made up. Probably some shit I made up. Look at that. Perfect. Right, and now I need to get rid of all this junk. All the junk. Get rid of it, I say. There we go. Oh, should I get... I can place another train here as well. Yeah, we might as well do that. Made 3 cargo wagons. 1, 2, 3. Can we copy paste? Probably. Alright. Copper drop off. Empty cargo. And we add north 1 copper. And we wait until cargo is full. Fuck, I think I screwed that up though. Wait. Before we leave, we can check the map. Do I have a waiting condition here? No. Wait. Yes. Alright, it works just fine. Yeah, you go here and wait here until you're done. Perfect. So, go. Colgate Note says that it's spaghetti code in Swedish. Of course it is. Spaghetti code is spaghetti code, literally. Yeah. The Swedes have been going for the Englification of our language pretty hard. Like a lot of... My mom said that the other day when we were speaking, like people are getting babies all over the place. She was talking about the names being all international now. They're not traditional Swedish names. They're more international. I'm like, yeah, but that is not the word you meant to use. You meant to say English. They're using English names, and that is what it is. They all get English names. Rather than Swedish names. Like, it becomes more and more common to intermix like new words, new ideas. We just take the English straight off rather than, fuck, I left my car somewhere. Is it here? Probably. No. Pros and cons, pros and cons. There's the car. I want it back. Colgate InnoTab says we still have Swedish names. Yeah, still, right? That's not the goal, though. No Donor says, hi, my name is John and I'm from Sweden. Well, actually, John is Swedish, though. It's not. Like, there's a lot of overlap between European names, right? John, I think, is probably common in many languages. I guess there are some Finnish ones as well, says Colgate on tap. Intermixing cultures. Perfect, and we'll soon get the other one here. Alright, I think I've fixed... I think this issue is fixed. We just need to place some of these out. Right. Do I need all of them? Yeah, might as well. I'm so terrible with names. I'm trying to remember what names he was talking about, but what the baby names were, but I don't. Terrible with names. Let's get some more of these. Let's craft some of these while we're at it. There you go. That's probably fine. Oh, no, that's the joke. Oh, man. Completely missed it. Damn it. Oh, man. John is like a universal name because it's from the Bible, right? I'm pretty sure John is an older name than that. From the Bible. And also, if it were from the Bible, that would make it... What then? Latin? Yeah, like my name. My name is not Magdred, but Matthias or Matthäus. That's Latin, I think. So you got Matthews in English and you got Matthias all over the place. Matthäus, Greek as well. Right? Because it's a Latin name, I think. So I don't think the name is from the Bible. Actually, that's... Oh man, I've got a good recommendation on a movie. The Man from Earth. There you go. That's a great fucking movie. If you like the discussions we have. It's about this teacher, this dude. He just claims to be 34,000 years old. And then there are some teachers, professors, just sitting around for 2 hours and just talking about it. Love that movie. I'm pretty sure his name was John. It's not always the most popular name, but John is the most generic name, I would say. Isn't it Joe? Wait. No, John. John Doe, right? That is why they're called John Doe always in American TV, English TV, because it's a super generic name. Colgate says, not in the Finnish Bible. Names in the Bible are translated differently into different languages. Nice, yeah, indeed. That makes sense. A lot of lost in translation. That's true, of course. They are usually pretty similar, though. Yeah, right? Usually. Most of the time. Similar stuff. Blasphemous. Oh, hello, Blasphemous. How are you doing today? Nice to see you again. He says, Jane Doe is supposed to be the female version. But I don't know a Jane. Mary Jane? No, Donner says, I think it is because Jane sounds like John, not because it's popular. I actually had a teacher called John, but his name was spelled with an E on the end. So we teased him because, like I said, teasing people because it's like he's a girl. And girls, oh man, you can't be a girl. Oh man, that's just not okay to be a girl. That's why we teased him, because his name was spelled like that. No, says I don't anyone with the last name of Doe. Me neither. Maybe it was a common surname, and then they started to use it to mean a nobody. So everybody switched surnames that had it. I don't know. Okay, Dylan Tab says John is Johannes in Finnish translation. Is that Swedish name? Johannes, yes. Both of them are. Johan as well. I'm pretty sure that in the Bible we do the same as well, that we call it Johannes. In the Bible, I'm not very well versed in the Bible though. I never did pay any attention to Bible studies. Why do I have this amount of room here? Actually, let's pull this down. It's time. It is time to start on the red circuits. That makes me happy. All right, and I'm pretty sure I want two coal lines here. If we're gonna have this much plastic going on, we might as well do it properly. Here we go. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start out with a huge fucking copper thing right here. Colgate on tap asks, isn't Johan a German name? Probably. I think they spell it with a double N, but I think it's a German name, probably. Alright, Blasphemous gives us a link here, and he did not make it into a shady URL. Under the legal terminology of ancient Rome, the names Numeris Negidus and Holus Augerius were used in relation to hypothetical defendants and plaintiffs. Oh, right. The name John Doe or Richard Roe along with John Roe were regularly invoked in legal instruments to satisfy technical requirements governing standing jurisdiction, beginning perhaps as early as the reign of England's King Edward III, 1327. Oof. Though the rationale behind the choices of dough and roe is unknown, there are many suggested folk etymologies. Alright. Like folk stories that claims that Jan is because it's regular names and stuff like that. Other fictitious names for a person involved in litigation in medieval English law were John Noakes, Noakes probably, and John Styles or John Styles. The OED states that John Doe is the name given to the fictitious lessee of the plaintiff in the now obsolete in the UK mixed action of ejectment. The fictitious defendant called Richard Roe. This usage is mocked in the 1834 British song John Doe and Richard Roe. Look at that, super fucking old, eh? Super fucking old. So no one knows. Maybe it was like that, and since maybe it was like a generic name back then, but since this started to get used, we got rid of the surnames. Well, I don't know. No, that doesn't make sense. Richard Roe and John Doe. Who knows? It's just one of those things. Nodrunner says we should keep using shady URLs. We become desensitized to clicking on shady links, and then we can trick the Swedish streamer man into clicking an actual shady link. Oh man, that sounds horrible. I mean, Twitch could get mad about that, I suppose. So please don't. I mean, now that you say that, does that mean I have to stop clicking the shady links? I suppose it does mean that. Oh, it was a good run while it lasted. No more shady links. Alright. Can probably go from here. Yep. Alright, it is time. Let's move all this up here. Oh fuck, I need more transport belts. And I need more fast underground belts. And fast splitters. Nodrunner said, I'm just improving your OPSEC. Thanks. Good looking out. Somebody has to do it, right? I'm certainly not gonna be the one. I don't want these, no. Actually, let's get a filter in, 2 filter inserters. One right here. Just for now, and you will grab these. Just so I can come get them, and same thing right here. You're gonna grab these and put them in here just so I can come grab them. I don't have to do this annoying thing. Alright, that's gonna pull all my iron. Hope I don't need too much iron to make these things, but that's fine, it's fine. OPSEC, right? I'm terrible at that stuff. I hate that. Well, hate is a way too strong word for what I'm trying to say, but where am I going with this? Yeah, I'm just bad at it. I try to get stuff functioning. When it functions, then, well, it functions. Then I'm done with it. All happy. Hmm. Yeah, alright, yeah, I really dislike that argument. What's, oh, fuck. Is it... Do you know what I'm saying if I say, like, if you got clean flour? No. Fuck. There is this argument, right, that... Right? Against... that gets spouted all the time. Against... privacy and stuff like that. Like, oh, if you're not a criminal, then you don't have to fear being watched and whatnot. And I really dislike that argument. Really don't like it. It's so silly. And it's probably, yeah, I would probably even use dumb. It's a dumb argument. Heard it so many times and people just buy it, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing anything illegal, so why would I need anything to hide anything? This assumption that your government is always the good guy. Not your government, but the government or the company. They always have your best interest at heart. I mean, that shouldn't be news to anyone that is not how the world works. Because it isn't. It is not how the world works. Hmm. Oh. Sorry, that argument triggers me. I don't know why. Oh, because it's just common sense. That is my emotional reaction to the thing, right? It's common sense. Why aren't you using your common sense? Oh, right. There's no such thing. Damn it. That is why they're not using it. Because it's not real. It's not real. Common sense is just imaginary. Hmm. Looking good, looking good. Hmm. Let's see. Oh. Colgatino Tab said, I think it's better to use shady links. Not using shady links is pretty shady. Alright. War is peace. Ignorance is strength. What's the third one? Fuck, I don't remember. It was too long ago. No Donor says, I have nothing to hide. Is that just it? That's weird. It's like a metaphor in Sweden. They say, oh, you have clean flour in your bag. That is what that argument's like. It's a weird fucking analogy, right? My flour is clean, so sure, look at it. I suppose. I don't know. Blasphemous say they just repeat things because it's easier than thinking for themselves. Still feel that's a little bit strawman-y. Could be a repetition. It doesn't have to be. And I really like the principle of charity, the charitable principle. So I would always try to assume the best possible argument. So I would assume that they do believe it, because with the attitude that they are just repeating things because it's easier to say, that's then becomes super easy to vilify the people, right? Oh, and you're just stupid. I don't have to talk to you. While if I take a charitable approach and say that they actually believe it and they have good reason to believe it, then I can argue with them, right? I think. Colgating on Tab says MTG players, Magic the Gathering players don't like dice to removal argument. Wait. I have no idea. I haven't played Magic the Gathering, so I don't... Dice to removal? I don't understand the thing at all. Blasphemous says, I have a very low opinion of the average person, Kappa. Yeah, right. I had that. I had that as well quite a lot, but It doesn't help anyone. It's not helpful having a low opinion. Right? So I'm trying not to. I'm trying to increase my opinion because, like, any opinion, right? It's based upon assumptions. And, right? It's an assumption that they are not thinking for themselves. And I do really like Occam's Razor because Occam's Razor says, try to not make assumptions. To paraphrase Occam's Razor. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. All right, thanks, Node-Runner. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. There we go. Oh, feels good, man. All is right with the world. War is peace. We've always been at war with East Asia. Isn't it Eurasia? Like a mix of Europe and Asia? Eurasia? I'm terrible with names. I have no idea. But what I know is that war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. Yes, that is the way of the world. Blasphemous says, I don't want to, but from my dealings it makes the most sense to do so. Oh, well, it depends on your frame of reference, doesn't it, Blasphemous? That means that you're not a follower of Occam's Razor, right? Doesn't it, Blasphemous? But I get, like, it makes sense from a behaviorist standpoint, right? If people are behaving and saying stuff that you would argue is, well, from your perspective is considered dumb, then it would make sense, right? It's what's it called again? The thing. One man calls you a horse. You ask him to stop. If a second man calls you a horse, you punch him in the face. If a third man calls you a horse, well, then you go out and buy a fucking saddle. It's not equivalent. It just made me think of it. That kind of idea, right? That it would make sense to go get the saddle, right? Nodonner says there's Eurasia, East Asia, and Oceania. Oh. And then 1984 takes place in Eurasia because there's only the three of them, right? The three superpowers. So they are in Eurasia. And Oceania is just all criminals. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure I want to do this. And have doubled output. Do I want to go? Oh, I probably want to go both directions. I don't always want double output. I just, most of the time I want double output. So here, I don't want double output. Because here I want this. I can do, oh well, here it doesn't matter then, but here I can do this, right? Actually, let's not do this just yet. Let's do it here. All right, we want all the copper. So we can grab this one here. Is that enough? Do we want 3 or 2? We want all the copper. that is what we want. So let's just make it bigger. How much copper do I want? Like this much? This will probably be enough for now. We can increase this later on. It takes place in Oceania. Oceania, actually. See this map. All right. Node links a map. Looks like a... Not at all a shaded link, though. Oh. Wait. Oh, and dispute. Oh, of course. These are the warring areas. So, Oceania. Oh, Oceania is big. East Asia is fucking small. And Eurasia is... Alright. I mean, but... Man. The map... It's a pretty well made map, isn't it? Right? This is the British Empire, isn't it? Like, not all of this... That, I mean, one could easily imagine the British Empire spreading up here. And one could easily imagine Soviet spread, like Soviet and or Germany or whatever. One can imagine this whole being one thing. But I think, yeah, the failure of imagination is over here. Making China way too small a deal. But I mean, that makes sense as well. Orwell was from here, right? And close to his heart, like when he wrote it as well, was these were the issues, right? These were the big guys. From his perspective, this was just a small little dude over here, right? We don't think that nowadays. London is the place it takes place? Yeah, indeed. London. British. Alright. That is one of those books that's not... It's not super entertaining. It is kinda entertaining. It's not super entertaining. Oh, right. Damn it. But it's one of those fiction books that can teach one stuff about reality. Right. If that makes sense. Well, it doesn't teach you about reality, I suppose, but you know, there are some essence of truth to it. You can learn stuff from dystopias. Like the imagery of Big Brother is... It is special. Special imagery indeed. Oh, I'm gonna need more power. More power indeed. It's about that time soon. Let's see. And Blasphemous says Antarctica with all its untapped resources. All that ice, let's melt it. So, how's the weather there in Eurasia? Ask Node Runner. I mean, alright. Yeah. It's getting warmer. It's just like I turn the radiator on, it becomes too warm. I turn the radiator off, it gets too cold. So it's a little bit annoying in that sense. I'm a little bit sensitive to that, I suppose. One day it's a little bit of snow, and the next day it's sunshine and no snow. Right? It's switching between. It can't decide if it wants to start moving over to spring or no. Wait, actually, let's stay in winter for a couple of weeks more. No, let's start going to spring. No, and then kind of like that. It's the weather in these parts anyway. Like over here, the weather is like that. I don't know how it is over here. All right. Dice to removal. So Colgate Tab says removal is cards that remove the opponent's stuff. Yeah. Dice to removal argument is used when there is a risk that the opponent can spend way less resources to deal with your threat than your invested threat. For example, you're spending 5 mana and 1 card to play. Right? Oh man, this is. I haven't played Magic the Gathering. I don't understand these words that you're saying. Yeah. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. So, what am I thinking here? Do I want to... Yes, I like this setup, right? That we go this way and we go this way. Perfect. So this is like the starting out point. And then we can start out from the other side as well. Oops. Alright, what do we need? Plastic, copper, and electronic circuits. Alright, so usually, but I only go with the 2 belts. I know there are setups where you can use 3 belts as input. No, what I do is that I drag like a bus kind of deal. I drag the green stuff in here, like in between, and then I add them to the line, so I can make a double input line. One with all of these, and one with the plastic and yeah, I like this setup. So what do I do with the plastic? I probably like here. I just pull the plastic over here. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oops. Not like that. Oops. Alright. Nodonor says, I like playing Magic the Gathering on Tabletop Simulator. Nice. You don't have to buy any cards, and it very much replicates the feel of a real-life game. Yeah, I like Tabletop Simulator. I tried to get some of my friends to play Secret Hitler with me, but it didn't happen. Alright, so... So the plan is to... How much room do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4... Probably 6 as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've been going with that all the time. And then we can have here and here. Actually, no. Here and here, which means we want it here. Right, so I take plastic, goes right here. And then I take... Nope, not there. Something like this. There you go. Colgate in on tab says I play on untap.in, so I don't need to buy TTS either. And it works on the browser, so no need to download anything either. Nice. Note owner says maybe one of your friends is secretly Hitler and didn't want to be exposed. Oh man. Maybe. Maybe. No, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, I think most of, well, I don't have a lot of friends, but most of my social circle is way more anti-Nazism than me. Right. Well, I'm anti all ideology, so in that sense, probably I'm more, but I don't know. I don't know. Colgate in on tab says maybe it's a mask. Well, that wouldn't make sense though, would it? Because Hitler was a politician, and having a mask pretending to be something that you're not wouldn't make sense. Like we have the anti-immigration party, right? They would be vocal about maybe even trying to join that party. Colgate in on tab says nobody expects a hippie to be the secret Hitler. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know. No, Donner says, I mean, if you wanted to be secret Hitler, wouldn't you be anti-Nazi? Oh, yes. Right. Right. Secret Hitler, not Hitler. There we go. Yes. You would want to be anti-Nazi. Yes, exactly. That actually checks out, doesn't it? Oh, man, I need to... Well, I don't mind secret Hitlers then. I mean, since they're not really doing anything, maybe they're voting for that party. I don't like that. Right, so then I make another pull right here. Does this, and no, here we go. We dive over here. And we put that there. And we dive these like this. Alright. Good enough. And last, but definitely not least, grab this one. Wait. What did I do? Ah, no. You're going here. And this is it. This is what we need. Colgate Innotab says, fear is our chief weapon. And surprise. Devotion to the Pope. And was there some other chief weapons? Wait. I missed that reference. I don't know what it means. Blasphemous says, Secret Hitler is an okay guy. I mean, I wouldn't want to be his friend. So I don't know. Colgate Innotab says, SI reference? SI only means... It means something different to me, so yeah, you need to spell it out for me. I don't need... Oh, the Spanish Inquisition. Oh, right. SI is the Spanish Inquisition, not the unit system, right? That's where my mind went, the unit system. Alright, Nodrunner said, I mean, they're outwardly anti-Nazi, but they're actually undermining that group in every possible way. Yeah. That's... I don't like that type of... Yeah, that doesn't sound okay at all. It sounds like they're probably doing a lot of gaslighting, right? Probably. And gaslighting is not something an okay guy would do. Not within my value system. Fucking gaslighters. Alright. It's time to start doing something beautiful. Oh yes, look at it. It's red. Oh, that's so fun. I was gonna say that, oh, that's gonna make Colgate Innotab happy. But it's not like that for you in America, right? Red is not for communism, is it? That's the way it is in Sweden. Red is the communist color. Oops. So do I need 2 outputs? Oh. Let's go get some stuff. Colgate Innotab says, our chief weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Fear and surprise. Our 2 weapons are fear and surprise, and ruthless efficiency. Our 3 weapons are fear and surprise, and ruthless efficiency, and and an almost fanatical devotion to the Pope. Amongst our weapons, amongst our weaponry are such elements as fear and surprise. I'll come again. I love that. Oh, I haven't watched any Monty Python for a long time now. Feels like it's time. It's time. Good times. No donor says red is communism here too. Oh, right. I thought the Republicans were the red party. But yeah, red is communism here too. Alright, we have this famous propaganda line, better dead than red. Oh, right, I've heard that before. Which is, I mean, it's a lie, isn't it? Well, it's a propaganda lie. It's a propaganda line, so it's about convincing people to think a certain way. Dehumanizing people, right? I'd rather be dead than a human being a communist. Which is a bit on the extreme side. Damn extremists. It's like someone asked me, like, being with my views on organized religions, how I would behave if they put me like in ISIS land, something like that. And I'm like, I mean, Allah Akbar? Is that what they're saying? I mean, survival instinct, right? I would probably end up getting executed for one reason or another because I'm bad at stuff like that. Do I want double output? I don't think so. Oh. No, I do. I do want double output. Yes. I don't know why I haven't done this before. Maybe something like this. I'm thinking of doing something like this, right? Is this a good idea? This is probably a good idea. These are so slow, so I'm guessing it's always gonna grab from the blue rather than the red. Because the crafting speed is 6 seconds, right? So probably no. Probably not too... No. No. Let's keep it like this. Let's keep it like this. Keep it simple. Colgate in on tab says USA sounds like a scary place. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I mean, there are many scary places and more scary places. Like, there are... I mean, USA wouldn't put me against the wall and kill me or put me in a re-education camp, right? So it's all relative. So it's not that scary. All the guns scare me a little bit, but I don't think I piss people off that much, so as they would want to kill me. Not in the USA culture, I don't think. No donor says, I mean, Republicans are red as well. Depends on the context, right? I thought the context was political ideology. Religion is wait. No donor says religion is a democracy if the power is bottom up. Yeah, right. I mean, you kind of convinced me, right? I've changed my views. I haven't let it sink in probably all yet. But like the new idea I have now is that power is generated from the bottom up. But it's not wielded. It's wielded like its actual usage happens from the top down. Right? So having power, it's only the top that can have power. If that makes sense. Well, that's not the case either, right? You can move in a direction, and the direction I would like to see society move is to decentralize power. Decentralize power as much as possible. Like, try to... Right, because it's not the person at the top that has the power, it's the hierarchical structure. So it's the hierarchical position, right? It's not Trump that has the power. It's not the person. It is the president that has the power. If that makes sense. Right? It's the structure that the power rests within the presidency, within that, the power rested with the king, not the individual, but the actual king. Colgate in on tap says the police might shoot you. I don't see myself pissing off the police in that sense. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh man, 6 seconds. And then boom. We have them. We have them. Oh man, that is so lovely. So lovely indeed. Oh man, that's rude. Colgate in on tap says you have a pretty shootable face. All right. I've heard that a lot, right? Like I look like from an Islamic country. Is that a shootable face? No, I don't know. Look, Turkish, Polish. What else? What did he say? Palestinian. I look Palestinian. Is that a shootable face? Isn't that kind of racist? I don't know. That is what we call a straw man, what I just did against Colgate in on Tap's joke, right? I turned a funny joke into like a racist statement, but that is not at all what he meant. No donor says, that's why I'm for states' rights, decentralized power. I don't like that, no. That's moving towards, well, it depends. I'm for centralized organization. Right? If the individuals generate power, like we were talking about divide and conquer earlier, like the more individuals you put together generating power for one structure, the more powerful that structure becomes. And decentralizing that power that means we have more power to decentralize. While making that's states' rights is a bit vague, right? But, making the groups smaller makes the groups also less powerful in comparison. And I would probably make that value judgment on a case-to-case basis. Like we have this issue, right? That the global, all of Sweden, right? All of Sweden's votes and voices are supposed to be heard in regards to the wolf population up north. Like up north, there are some people that have issues with the wolf population, right? Eating their stuff. And they like killing wolves. They like getting rid of them because they're seen like a little bit of a pest, I suppose. I'm not super, it's just an example, right? Let's assume that is the way it works. Down where I live, in the south of Sweden, we usually don't have any wolves at all. So they don't affect me at all. So why should I generate power towards making those decisions? In that sense, like if we're talking about state rights, well, actually geographical decision making, it doesn't make any sense to me that I should have any say in that question. If that's the type of argument decentralized power means, like I shouldn't generate any power within that question. But there are, like, let's say global warming, the environment. we kind of need global structures to have the power to tell people, to tell like those big fucking companies what they should be allowed to do and not allowed to do, right? To do that, we need a lot of political power. And the more you, like, you can decentralize the power, but you can have a global structure, if that makes sense. No says, imagine this. If you don't like what a state does, you can just move to another state. It's not always that easy, but I'm with you on that point, right? I have been arguing for bottom-down segregation. I've been arguing for people being able to do that. And people like, we could have like cities of homophobes where there are no homosexuals. And we can have cities where there are only homosexuals, right? If that is what people want, then I see that as probably a good thing. But I also see that as something that happens if we just strip it down and just make those their own groups and not being part of the bigger group, like part of humanity, not being inclusive. There is a huge fucking risk that these two cities, if they're close to each other, will start hating on each other and maybe start doing violence against each other. So, like a tiered system, I like a tiered system, if that makes sense. Like there are stuff that maybe the homophobes and the homosexuals can agree upon, right? In this city we do no murder. And in that city we do no murder. So therefore we can have a structure that works, that both these cities are part of that structure. If that makes sense. Let's see. If you don't like what the federal government does, you have to move country, right? And that's as well, it's not that easy nowadays to just move country. But I would argue for a system like that. Yeah, a tiered system, like states. You can have cities, you can have states. I mean, geographical areas where power, different political questions are kept within that geographical area, and the other questions becomes in a grander scale. So yeah, tiered systems, right? No says that's true for the states as well. Alaska has different issues than Florida. Yeah, exactly, right? So those specific issues should be kept local is how I feel about it, right? But there are also, like, I'm one of those filthy globalists. There are global issues that affect all of humanity. So I would want to see tiered systems for all of these. And I would want to, even in those global systems, I wouldn't want like a presidential post or a parliament holding a lot of power. I would want to decentralize the generation of that power. Like I would want the power to be centralized, but I would want to like for it to be, right, since it is, well, that's what we say, right, it comes from the top down, but I would want it to be a concerted, like an explicit effort to push that power down as much as possible in all those tiers, if that makes sense. Always push it down the line, always push the power down. And that is one attitude I would like to see, like a direct democracy kind of attitude, rather than a representative democracy kind of attitude, if that makes sense. Colgate Inotap says, can we have cities of octophobes where there is no number 8? I mean, I suppose, but I don't think that's realistic, Colgate Inotap. Blasphemous says, hashtag hate the 8. I mean, if enough people for some reason would start hating the 8, then I can see that as something that would happen, right? but I can't imagine it actually happening. Oh, wait. That's too close. Let's go with 3. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Not at all. People just hating the number 8. Maybe. I think that would be more of a kind of village kind of deal. Node Runner says you would need a global government with overwhelming control for something like global warming. Yes, exactly. And that is, right? That is super fucking dangerous. Right? Having a global government with that overwhelming control. So there would have to be like systems in place to move all the decision making, right? That like the top is not allowed to make the decisions, they just implement them. No donor says, I feel that's too much control for one governing body. Like we have the UN, but that's not that powerful really. Yes, exactly, right? The UN itself doesn't make the decision. It's the member states that makes the decision. And that is kind of the thing I'm looking for, right? Where UN could, like, if UN agree, like if UN just goes in and agrees on something, then that thing most likely will happen. But it moves the decision making, like it's pushing it down, right? They all have to agree. And if they all agree, then that's great, right? If all of UN agreed that, oh, right, let's change the rules for companies to, like, I don't know what, but like some regulation on how much carbon they are allowed to really, like something along those lines. If UN just went in and agreed upon that point, that would happen, right? Because of enough people generating enough power to the UN. Like the control. Fuck, I'm still stuck in that bottom up kind of thinking, I think. But yeah, it's super fucking dangerous to create a global governing body. Super fucking dangerous. But it's also a necessity, right? How else to deal with the environmental issues that we are facing right now? We're not doing a very good job. Why are we not? Like, it seems like sometimes you see like climate deniers or whatever, but I think that's just a vocal minority. I think that most countries are aware of the issue. It's just, I think they don't have the political power to do anything about it, because the power as it stands now is not with the countries or the UN. The power as it stands now is with Amazon and Google. Those are the powerful entities. Like, Google is more powerful in the global scale than Sweden, right? That has to be the case. Facebook is more powerful than Sweden right now in the global political sphere. And isn't that even more dangerous than having a global government? Like, who's making those decisions? What type of structure do they use? Those organizations. Do they decentralize their power? Or do they centralize their power? Right? Someone who's like the governments who claim to be all for democracy and all that, at least that there is an attitude to try to decentralize power, even though they're not very good at it. I mean, yeah, they're not very good at it. Why am I going this way? I'm supposed to be going that way. Yeah, they're terrible at it. But they're at least trying. There's nothing within Facebook's end user agreement or whatever. They're not even trying. So, yeah. Let's regulate those fuckers. Like, a lot of people have that issue, right? The talk about political discourse and amplifying this voice or that voice. As it stands right now, Twitter and Facebook can do whatever the fuck they want. There is no political ruling on that. Yeah, I don't know. Blasphemous says, who decides a group can have their own land and how much land they would receive and where this land would be? I mean, as we say, right? If this works out, the power, I mean, there is a geographical component to that, right? Like any group having their own land. Who decides that right now? Right now, it's probably the country that you're in. I'm guessing it's a little bit different in different places in the world at the moment. In Sweden, it would sure be the Swedish government, right? The parliament and the government. Is it just called the government? Oh, I don't mind. I don't care. Like, it's top down, right? And the more we decentralize the power, the more the individuals that are living in that area makes the decisions. Right? That's what when Nodrunner were arguing for states' rights, right? You could move that power towards a state making that decision, which would make sense. The more local, because it's like, it depends on how big the land is and how big the group is, right? If it's a group of like 50 people, I would say like the municipality, like the village, like the area that you're in right now would make sense. If it's a group of 1,000 people, it's probably the county would make sense for them to make a decision like that. That's just my... Blasphemous says, society has created a problem it may never free itself from. Oh, what problem is that? Ownership of land? Yeah, ownership of land. Well, it depends, right? What if... I could see a possible future, like Star Trekian future, where there is no more capitalism. And if there is no more capitalism, there is no more ownership. Blasphemous says, individuals giving away their power. Oh, that's what we've been arguing for, right? That is not what's happening. Power is not that is Nodrunner's argument, right? That power is not a bottom-up kind of deal. You're not giving away your power. power was never yours. The power is at the top, and it's like, that's not a society creating thing. That's a species kind of thing, right? Our species has been organizing as hierarchies. That is what we've been doing. Yeah. That is how we organize ourselves. And those hierarchies, the power is in the structure, right? Two individuals are more powerful than one individual. Right? In most cases, I mean, there are statistical outliers. But if three people are in a disagreement and two of the people agrees and one disagrees, usually what happens is what the two people wants. Right? If it goes to fisticuffs, usually the two people beat the shit out of the one person, right? So that is not the one person giving away their power. It's not about these two individuals giving away their powers either. Blasphemous claims that he have no need for hierarchy. But you do, though. You do. You're not doing everything yourself. Just the fact that you're on the internet, like if you want to be on the internet, you have like a need for hierarchy. Different, well, not necessarily hierarchy, I suppose, but you have the need for an organized society. Only when trapped in this society. I mean, you can, that trapped feeling that you have, isn't that, it's relative as well, right? You can be, there's gradient approach I'm thinking about here, right? You can do as Node Runner, you can move out into the forest and be less dependent on society, right? When you feel that way, you do have ways, right, to lessen your dependency on society. You can't get rid of it, like black and white get rid of it. I get behind that. But there are many ways you could get rid of. Many ways. You could stop using electricity, or you could generate your own electricity. You could stop being connected online. You could stop use the plumbing. You could like if you move out into the forest, you could go out and take care of your hygiene business in a lake somewhere close by, right? Stop using the plumbing. Like all of these things, you could move out and remove those dependencies from your life. So it's a scale, right? How involved you become is kind of up to you, right? And that is also, right? The more dependent you are on society, the more power you generate for that society. That power itself was not yours to wield, but it is you who are generating that. That makes sense? Blasphemous says, I would still be forced to build my own dwelling in the way they tell me I'm allowed to. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? There's no like black and white getting completely rid of it. That's a pipe dream, right? That's not a pragmatic view of reality. You couldn't do that, but there are a great many things that you could do, right? Within that allowances. Stuff that you haven't done already. And why haven't you done those things? Is it economical power? That's a different type of power, right? Hmm. Yeah, money lulls is blasphemous, right. But I could probably argue that I'm guessing that your home situation, Node Runner, is pretty fucking cheap. Right? Camping grounds. Motorhome. It's one way to do it. A lot of people just leave sailing. There you go. Go out sailing, be on international waters. Node Runner says cheap as fuck. There you go, blasphemous. Right? But that's... You're not giving away that power. Yeah. I'm kind of behind Node Runner's idea here that power in itself is a top-down thing. It is generated from the bottom, but that power that you generate, it's not your power. Like I said, 2 people are more powerful than 1 person. Just by being, well, let's say 3 people just to make sure. Like 3 people are more powerful than 1 person. That is just how it works. And that is not them giving away any power. That's just the nature of the group being more powerful than the individual. It's a top-down process, kinda. Right? Colgate In on Tab says, speaking of hierarchies, why don't we all become anarchists? Oh man. This... Fuck, I'm trying to read the abstract here. Maybe if I do this. Alright. Oh no, not him again. This is the text that I originally wrote in Greek, motivated by an incident in Athens, Greek, with which I started the text below. So my initial intended audience is comprised of the Greek anarchists, who would care to read anything, a rare species, admittedly. Later, I thought that others might find this text interesting too, so I translated it into English. It does contain some culture-specific information, but in the few places that this happens, I added footnotes that explains the culturally loaded piece of information. I mean, anarchism it's a naive idea. It's a naive idea. So I don't know if I'm... Right, and I know this author, I believe, and I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I think he is kind of naive in general, this author, as well. Node Runner says, it's not always cheap, right? I'm staying on my family's property, so it is cheap. But if I lived in a campground, it would cost a lot more. If I was driving everywhere and traveling, it would cost a lot of money too in gas, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's relative. Blasphemous says, yes, and they won't allow you to live in a motorhome for long in the same area. Some states in America want to tax you for saving rainwater. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of rude. Then again, I mean, stay away from those. That, for you, blasphemous, right? That would be staying away from those areas. And that is why, right? That is why I'm arguing for that type of probably similar to what Node Runner was talking about. Like those type of questions should be more localized. Because people have, like, some people do want to save rainwater, while others want to pay a lot of taxes to generate. Well, some people want the society to take care of them. I mean, I'm often arguing for increased taxes. That makes sense to me, right? Because there are stuff that I feel are better generated from the top with a lot of political power. Yeah. Saving rainwater, taxing that. I can't see myself doing that. Yeah. Actually, just infrastructure in general. I've gone way more toward infrastructure. I feel that what would make the most sense in infrastructure would be decentralization. Right? A government, from my point of view, should do the best, like generating electricity. Put solar panels on all the roofs. Encourage people to put solar panels on their roofs, and then send it out from there. Because, like, when one power station fails, it doesn't fucking matter. But at the moment now, if you cut the power to like one of the power stations here, then I'm out of fucking power. So decentralized infrastructure makes a lot of sense to me. The same with water as well, right? Why not incentivize people to gather water, right? Like, if you manage to gather more water than you need, and like, even if you just gather as much as you need and don't need any other water, I would see that the government should incentivize that, right? Because we're making we're making society more stable by doing that, don't we? Right? What if the water plant, the cleaning plant, I don't know, where they clean and send all the water out, what if that explodes? What then? What then? What do you do then? While decentralizing it, right, having you gather all the water, and any excess water you pump into that centralized system that we have. Like, that system being centralized is fucking great. So you can pump in your extra there. So anybody who needs the extra water, they can tap from that system. If that makes sense. Same with electricity. While we have other things like roads, if we take roads, decentralizing that is a bad idea. There we need like a... Well, maybe not. Maybe encouraging people to take care of the roads in their area. But then again, we have centralized roads that who is responsible? Like, we have a bridge that everybody in this community uses, then everybody should be part of that, making sure that it fits, right? Any user. Yeah, a tiered system of government makes a lot of sense. And again, that would be like the attitude of decentralization, like both in decision making, like in democracy, on the bigger scales, like environmental questions and stuff like that. It makes sense to try to move those decisions as close to the individuals as possible, as well as like taking care of infrastructures, trying to push that to a local, like trying to push it down the line as much as possible, to decentralize as much as possible, because the people, like, so only the people who are affected by the decisions only they are there to generate power to making those decisions. if that makes sense. Blasphemous is quoting, the Californian Energy Commission introduced the California Solar Mandate, which requires rooftop solar photovoltaic systems to be equipped on all new homes built on January the 1st, 2020 and beyond. Well, that's even a requirement, right? That's going far. I like that, right? They're taking responsibility for both decentralizing electric power, right? Which is pretty good. Like for the reasons that I've been speaking about. Also creating kind of, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a better power generator than burning coal, right? It's more environmentally friendly than that, I would assume. No, Donner says the water treatment plant. Thank you, water treatment plant. Yeah, what if that blows up? If we want the best, if our government, if we want the best for our inhabitants, then it would make sense to me to argue for decentralization of water gathering and water cleaning, right? By cleaning, well, that is a problem, I suppose, because if you gather the water and you pump the water out into the system, there is... What if you're not cleaning it enough? What if it's not clean enough? That becomes an issue. Which would need, because that everybody who would be part of that sewer system or like that water distribution system would, all of them would generate power and have a say to how clean should this water be. But then again, I mean, you could, from that point on, you could say this, just like the Californian Energy Commission, the mandate, they require everybody to have solar panels. You could require everyone to have like cleaning the water that comes out, that you send out into the system. There could be a requirement. Yeah, like that, right? So that could work still. And there we go. And the reason why one wouldn't do that is because it's not as cost efficient within our consumerism society. And that is why it's supposed to be a political decision, because it's not about being cost efficient. That is not what I'm not arguing for cost efficiency. I'm arguing for stability. Stability, yes, stability, and making the environment better and decentralizing power, all those things. None of those are about the cost efficiency. Alright, I think we got... Oh, engine units. I need to build engine units. Time to automate that. Steel, iron, pipes. I'm actually thinking that... putting this all up here and building it on the left side, engine units. Yeah, since steel and iron is all we need, building it on the left side on the bus makes a lot of sense. Do I want to build it down here? The engine units? Like start building engine units down here? Why wouldn't I? It's the more important question. Engine units are used in the robots, right? That's gotta be the case. Where do we have our... Not here. Where are our flying robots? I don't see them. I'm blind. Ah, here we go. They need the flying robot frame. Here we go, robotics. Is that the flying robot frames, which use electric engine units, and I'm pretty sure that the electric engine units uses engine units. Yes, so building engine units down here makes a lot of sense to me. Is this where I start? Yeah, let's do that. Start here. And probably, let's see, are they? Here we go. Double pipe, 1 iron and 1 steel. Alright, so pipes. Yeah, it's interesting that with political questions. But you do have to agree, right, Blasphemous, that with the statement that three people are more powerful than one, right? Or do you have any good arguments against that view? Would love to hear any arguments against that. Alright, so then we go down here. We want that to be doubled. Probably doubled, yeah. Do you mean physical power? No. We're talking about, what was it? What was it called again? Social power? But yeah, social power, you can derive social power from physical power, right? Social and political power, yes. In social science and politics, power is the capacity of an individual to influence the actions, beliefs, or conduct. I don't buy this, still don't. I don't like that word in here. I like actions and conducts, behaviors of others. And one way to have social power is by physical power. Right? One person with a gun is more powerful than 3 people without guns. Right? Like if we measure how much power they have. That's a super interesting distinction. I've been just doing simple math comparisons. Like I just whiffed away the statistical outliers, as I call them. Like some people having more muscles than other people and could probably beat the shit out of 2 people or 3 people. Colgate genotypes, that's maybe. There are other factors. Yes. Yeah, of course. There are many factors. I mean, charisma is another thing, right? Convincing people to do what you like, right? There are many different ways to have that kind of power, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. How many do these? How many iron? It takes 2. Fuck. Hmm. Alright, let's... No, this is fine. We just move further up. We make one for the... There we go. Right, so we make some iron gear wheels here. Oh, look at this. I'm running out here. We need to do something about that soon. Soon. Also, what's the power situation? We're fine for now. Oh. Look at this. We're completely running out. Over here, I put some of these. Hey, see, I fixed copper, so now it's iron. That's the problem. We need to fix the iron soonish. Let's set this up first. Let's set up the engine units. Here we go. Oops. There we go. Looking good. Oop. And engine units. Oh, yeah. Oh no. Let's dump some shit. Right, engine units are gonna be used for a great many things. So... Is this gonna be enough? Yeah, look at this. I can pull it further out if I want to. It's probably gonna be enough. Something like that. What's the crafting time on these? 10 seconds crafting time. Oof. We need plenty of them. Oh, perfect. Just so I don't have to blow that stuff up. Nice. Alright, more. Got speed. Got a need for it. Wonder how well that movie aged. Need for Speed. Haven't seen that since I was a kid. Alright. Oh, nope. Oh. I was wondering, why is nothing happening? This is why. Here we go. Hold on, it says, you mean the Fast and the Furious? Oof. Need for Speed is a game series. Oh, yes, no, I meant Speed. Where Keanu Reeves is on a bus. Was the one I was thinking about. Need for Speed is a game that I have not played since I was a kid either. I had some fun with that game though. Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit, I think that was the one. Where we were chased by cops. Police cars. Great fun. Yeah, I liked Gran Turismo as well. I liked car games. I haven't played a car game, driving game. Oh, I did play a little bit, if that counts, I did play a little bit of Mario Kart on the 3DS. That was some years ago as well, and that's not really the same thing though, is it? No, the movie's just called Speed with Keanu Reeves. There were two. I think there was a follow-up, right? He was on a bus, and the bus was not allowed to slow down because there was a bomb that was gonna blow up if the bus slowed down. Now that I said it out loud, that like the plot line is kinda what? But that was the case. They were just a on there. It was Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. And I think they made a second one where they were on a boat that was not allowed to slow down. Which is even more silly because you just go out to the ocean and just keep going. Well, I think you ran out of fuel, I suppose, because that is what happened with the bus as well. There's a new Need for Speed called Heat. Oh, that's another good movie. Just Heat. Need for Speed, Heat. It's pretty good. Gran Turismo is great as well. I think I played like Gran Turismo 2 on PlayStation 1. I played that a lot. Pretty sure. Long time ago. Long time ago. Alright, time to blow stuff up, I think. Wait, what did I need this for? Ah, for science. This is not gonna be enough. This is not even gonna be close to enough. Holy shit, we need a lot of engine units. Wait, let me think a bit. Alright, we need them for the science, and that's... Then this is probably alright. We can increase it, make another line, make it a little bit longer. We can make that work. The thing is, if we want flying robots, do I want to focus? Do I have to have millions? Well, do I want to have thousands of flying robots? Or do I just want to do it all by train and transport belts? I fucking love robots, man. I love the robots. We said we were gonna do a lot of stuff with the trains. So if we do a lot of stuff with it, well, even if we do a lot of stuff with the trains, we're still gonna need a lot of construction robots. And I'm not gonna be carrying them around. They're gonna fly from here out to wherever we go. Like when I build the train lines, I'm not gonna be building those. No. That is gonna be the robots that build everything for me. Which means I am gonna need thousands of robots. Which then follows that this puny engine creation is not gonna be enough. Nowhere near enough. Nodona says, I have Gran Turismo 2 for PlayStation 1. It's one of the few games I still have for the PlayStation 1. Nice. I remember there was this... Like, I played through the whole thing. There was this red car. I don't know if it was a Porsche or something. It was retarded, like 900 horsepower, something like that, that I got my hand on and played with. Great time. Great time indeed. Need more grenades. Need more coal. All right, I was gonna pull coal in here. I have not started doing that. Maybe I'll take this coal? Actually, why not just take this coal? It's right here. Right. I can make sure that we drop off a lot of coal all the time. Plastic is more important than coal. Yeah. So if we run out of coal, we just increase the throughput here. I like this idea. I like this idea a lot. Instead of, like going down here and doing something with the coal, right, I can just pull it. I can put train stations. And since I have a coal drop-off point over here, I can just utilize that one, right? We'll probably need a second station right here, but I mean, that's super fucking easy to do. I can just put an extra station here if I want to. If I need to. There we go. If I need another one, I can just put it right here. I can actually even... This station is not doing anything. So it's even done for me. Like that. Like that a lot. Wait, what am I doing with this coal? Alright. Oh. And when we make the switch to electric furnaces, we can just take this coal and drag it over here. Which is fine. I mean, this is not gonna last forever. Nodonor says there's 2 discs. One labeled arcade and the other one simulation. Oh, that does not sound as the game that I played. I think I only had 1 disc. Nordrunner says, that reminds me, I recently bought the Spyro trilogy on Steam. I'm excited at the idea of playing that. I never played the Spyro games. That's 3D platforming, right? That's something I missed out on. Like, I heard a lot of, like, there's one of those games that I heard about in the periphery and stuff like that, but never played it myself. But I'm happy for you then. Are you still playing Valheim, Nordrunner? Alright, I need to go and get these. Actually, look at this. The problem is not really how much iron I'm creating. It's the speed. I need to upgrade my belts. Yeah. I need to make them all red belts. Can do that soon. Soon enough. No Donner says, I think I've said that I don't like 2D platformers, but I love 3D platformers. I remember us talking about that. Right? Because I remember Colgate In on Tap not really liking 3D games all that much. I think that was at the same time. It's like the extra dimensions add enough depth for it to be fun for me, says Snowrunner. And he's at the third boss in Valheim, and I want to fight it with my friend, but he's not on my level yet, so I'm waiting. I'm really itching to keep progressing, though. Alright. I'm guessing you're just making preparations, then, for that fight? That was all of them, right? Oh, I can make more since I have more grenades. Oh. Still got more grenades. Oh, one more? Is that it? When this is done, this will tick over to 5. Boom, yes, 5. Alright. Do I want to upgrade these then? Where is the thing? I'm confused. It's over here. Over here we go. Not those. Oh. Should have done this before. Nope, nope. Oh. Alright, let's cancel these things and build my... Here we go. You will only grab these. And then I can go back to crafting all of these. Here we go. No, Donner says there's only so much preparations I can make. I get that. Sooner or later, one has got to pull the trigger. Is that? Alright. Let's blow this shit up. Away with you. I don't want you here. You are not welcome. Oh, did you see that? That must have been a bug. This whole cliffside just poofed. It's just gone. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Alright, so one thing that we do is Wait, actually, if I do this... Do I reach all the way over? No. Is this stone gonna go down here forever? Like this. Kind of want to extend this. But I don't know how far. Probably over here. Or no, let's keep the extra space. Let's not go any further. This is as far as I go. Fuck though, I need to remove that. Oops. Here we go. This is the plan. Oops. No Donor asks, are you sure you had Gran Turismo 2? No. Actually, when you said that thing about 2 discs, that made me pretty sure that that was not the game that I had. Wait. How is that not lining up? What did I do? All right, I dived under. Oof. All right, so do this and this and this. And that's got to work, right? Ah, here we go. But it won't work. But it lines up. So I'm happy. That's the important thing, right? That it lines up. Yeah, no, it's like the game I played. I'm pretty sure it was a Gran Turismo game. But that was like a... it was like a campaign where you unlocked many of the... Oh, you unlocked the vehicles by playing. Then it became more and more difficult. Like a proper progression system. Right? There was no arcade or... What was the other version you said? Freeform? None of that. It was just races. And cups? Yeah, races and placements and stuff like that. And unlocking the best cars. And I unlocked all the cars. Yeah. So I don't know which game it was. I think I've said it before, but I'm terrible with names. Terrible indeed. Alright, so how do I do this then? I don't... Maybe I just remove these. Get some extra space. Whoops, not that one though. Yeah, that seems fine. Nope. Almost fine. Beautiful industry. We're making engines. We're making engines. Oh, right. I almost forget. I need to do these. I can just... need to do that. I was supposed to do that immediately when I got to this point. And some sulfur, which is down here. Wait, why is 6 the max? Oh, because of the engine units, of course. How many do I need? Wait. That's 75. I need 75 of them. We can make that. No sweat. Some extra sulfur. How many do I have? 2. Oh, 1 off. That was so close. Oh, 1 more. That is 75. It's gonna take... It's gonna take its time. Ooh. And it is time to switch game. So let's save the game. Actually, since I'm going to the bathroom, I'll just let this stand and tick while I'm going to the bathroom. So be right back.